over intent. Just type in blood over intent, hit enter, and you'll see all the videos. We're all spilling our blood over our intent to worship all and usher in heaven and earth. And when everybody does this, who can stop heaven coming to earth? No one. So get over there and see those videos. Hey guys, John. Thanks for joining me. Alright, what I'm going to be covering is more about the sine wave. You're going to see that the sine wave goes a lot deeper than just your DNA and all these symbols like the Bluetooth and, you know, all these symbols that you see everywhere, like the checkerboard and the Jesus fish. And you're going to see that the sine wave goes much deeper. When you see the heart, you're seeing the sine wave right over here. See that? That's the sine wave right there. You're going to see that all the letters and numbers are in the sine wave also. Now here, and I'm not trying to make you dizzy, so like somebody suggested, just move stuff in front of the camera rather than moving the camera around. You can see over here, you were born into sign, not sin. Okay, the abbreviation for sign is S-I-N. You're inside of a free energy machine. You were born into it. Your DNA is the sine wave, as you can see over here. Now, holograms are flat, so eventually it's going to have to sink into your head that you're living on a flat earth plane, that you've never seen a real image of space. Go look for yourself. You will find no images from space. They're all composite images. The reason that you can't see an image from space is because there's a dome around it. You're in a snowball, right? Like one of those, you know, those Christmas snowballs that you shake up. That's like what you're in right now. You're on the holodeck. You can't leave the holodeck. You'll vanish. You'll disappear. They showed you like that in the Star Trek movie. You've been Borg assimilated, and your body is kept at a specific frequency. And look, when they did like the Philadelphia experiment, you could see the persons were stuck into the walls of the ship and things like that. They were just, that's because there were a frequency was changed, and just a minor change of a frequency, you slip through dimensions, because we're all kept at a specific frequency to manage a specific portion of the machine. And we're all layered right on top of each other. Right here in the same exact space, there's another team of people doing different types of things, and they're just at a different frequency. And if you were to phase in and phase out, you might phase into a whole other reality right here, right on top of us. And whether it be a different time or a different location, I couldn't tell you. I don't have one of those machines that let me do that. But I can tell you this. You are in a machine right now 100%. They show it to you. You were born into sign, not sin. It's the sine wave. Now, in the sine wave, you're going to see all the letters of the alphabet right over here. You're going to see, like, here's your A. All right, if I put the line down over here, like the sine wave has a line down here, you'll see that this is the B, okay, or the small b and the small d. You'll see that here's like an F. You'll see if I have the sine wave here, then you'll see the H, okay, the I. You can see the I, put a dot here and a line, you'll see the I. You'll see all the numbers in here, like the number 1 goes up and then it has a little piece that comes down like this, right? That would be that right there, flipped over, or here it is. This would be the 1, like you see. Okay, you'll see the 2. Okay, you'll see the 3, the 4. Okay, you'll see if there's a line here, you'll be able to make the 4. You can see 5, 6. It's all right there. 7, 8, 9. You can see this. You can see all the letters in here. Surely the Z, the X, the Y. Okay, it's all here. Go through it. You'll see it. You can get all the letters. The N. There's your N. Okay, your E. Okay, if obviously if you can make a 3, then you could turn it sideways and make an E out of it. All right, the sine wave is on everything. All right, the cube, the ring, the sine wave, it's rubbed in your face. It's telling you a story. Okay, now here you can see the pretzel is obviously the sine wave. You can see they got the waves over here, and on the box they got 3 sides with 6 soft pretzels on it, which is basically 666. And you'll notice this on a lot of things, that is being rubbed in your face. All right, you can see the VW logo. You can see over here the number 3. All these symbols right over here. These are it's the sine wave. Okay, the World Wide Web. All right. Now, the eye is what they show you as the south pole of Saturn. Whether Saturn actually exists or not, they're showing you the eye, the all-seeing eye, which is at the top of the dome. You're in a machine right now. They can look down on you. They can see everything. And they can play back your life like a video game. All right? To live is evil. Look, if you reverse live, you have evil. All right? I know it's crazy, but you're here in your carbon 666 meat pack, and you're here because to live means that you're in this box. And you know, it might start to make sense after I say it enough times. When you read the Bible, it says God told Satan to worship man above God himself, and Satan refused, and he was cast down to earth. And now here you are in your carbon 666 meat pack. You're forced to live evil. Okay, you're evil. And God said backwards is dog. Okay, see the K? You see, this is the sine wave. See, this would be the line down the center, and if you put, okay, the extension here, you see that this is, okay, rubbed in your face. It's nonstop. Look up in a law dictionary the definition of a human. You will see monster with no inheritable blood. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But you're inside the machine right now. See, you get on the circuit every day and go to work. All right, you do your work. You get on the circuit. See what the roads look like? These look like electric circuits. If you zoom out, and if you go into my electric book over here, you'll see these are like circuits. It's like circuits. It's like we're inside of a machine right now. Okay? The beings that have you enslaved, they drink the blood of your children. Your children are the forbidden fruit. There's something in your children's blood that allows them to stay here in the flesh, in this frequency, and they need the blood of children. They're taking so many children and babies, you can't imagine. Like the Big Apple being New York, you can't imagine how many children they're stealing from the Big Apple to call it the Big Apple. All right? And, you know, this I've been showing in my last couple of videos. You know, people would never make this connection here, that the Levi sign is the motorboard that you put on your head when you graduate. And that just happens to be the half of an hourglass, or the sine wave. You see the sine wave here, your Jesus fish, half of your Jesus fish. You can see the X right over here. You can see a man gets down on one knee and opens up a box and then puts a ring. Those are your rings, your earrings, your necklaces. This is all for Saturn. It's where attention goes, energy flows. Symbols are the language of the universe and the conduit that your biogenetic field is flowing through. Straight to the cube, to the archons who live in the cube. All right? It's literally everything. Your money. Look at this. Your time is money. Your God is time, and your God, how much time you have in your day. And you've become a robot because of your cell phone. Time makes you a robot, and your cell phone makes you a cyborg. You have cameras on the front and back of your phones. Clearly, you are a cyborg. You are inside the machine right here, and you are mining gold. You work for worthless paper backed by your own stupidity. That is clear. There's no gold in Fort Knox. They ran all those commercials to get everybody's gold. Maybe you remember that. There's a lot to this sine wave that you're not seeing, people. Being that it's on everything is a message being told to you that you will start to see as you start making these boards. I recommend that you start collecting these types of things and that you start making these things to show to your children, okay? Look, people can stand on their Bible all they want. It's the cube book. You've been cubed, okay? You need to get back to selfless acts of kindness and love for each other. Type into your computer blood over intent, and you'll see tons and tons, thousands of people saw my son and myself spill our blood over intent to be ushering in heaven and earth, and then other people started doing it, and now it's taken on a life of its own, and it makes sense. When enough people have placed their blood into the computer, look, you can say you have 1 million people in a political party, and I can tell you that none of those people spilt their blood over their intent to be ushering heaven and earth, I guarantee it. Look online right now. Go type in blood over intent and hit enter. And I'm telling you, heaven is coming to earth. A lot of people have spilt their blood on it, and there's no going back. And it's taken on a life of its own, and now you need to put your part in. I recommend that you step up to the plate because there's only one way out of here. It doesn't matter what plane of existence you're on. If you don't worship each other, you're going to be living in hell, I promise you. And it doesn't. All of you are racing to get out of here. It's like I can't wait till I die. A lot of people are like that. If you think it's going to be any better on the other side, you're sadly mistaken. I've been over there, and I'm telling you. Okay, you're sadly mistaken. It's that as above, so below. If you think things are going to be any different on the other side, you're mistaken. You need to fix them over here, or everybody over there is going to remain stuck. I promise you. And I'm here to remind you that you can take control of the computer that has you right now, and there's only one way. You need to place your blood into it. And when enough of us have our blood into it, there's a lot of power in there. You just don't see it yet. I can see it because I've done this over a year ago, and magic goes 360, and I'm fully in tune with what's going on here. And I'm telling you, when 1 million people have their blood in that computer, that'll be the first in history where 1 million people spilt their blood over a common idea to usher in heaven and earth. And heaven is coming to earth because 10% is critical mass, people. That's it. 10% is critical mass. And everything gets pushed over and heaven comes to earth. And if you don't step up to the plate, you will remain living in your box of horrors every day and nothing will ever change. And you can look in the mirror and blame yourself. And maybe you've given a demonstration before. You're the demon giving the demonstration. You ever hear the word pandemonium? Okay? Demon right there. See it? See that? Demon. You're the demon, and you can't see it. The angels are the one who have you trapped in the box. And your God is El, Saturn. Jesus, you see over here, this is what they give to kids that are being christened. That's what my son got one. You see it's a cube. Jesus is there on cubes. Jesus has a ring above his head. It's Saturn. He's the black hole sun that's sucking your money out. It's clear. It's clear. And they rub it in your face, people. You need to unite peacefully for your survival. Look, you're in the machine right now. You get up every day to run the circuits. And you just can't wait to get home. You're in the computer. You get your rest and you're right back to the next day doing the same exact thing. And some of you think, well, you're retired. No, you're not retired. You're still using worthless paper backed by your own stupidity. You still have to deal with all the bullshit. And you need to fix this for the sake of everybody else. Just because you may be alone and you have no family or whatever doesn't mean that you're not part of the, the solution here. You need to help out. Everybody needs to do their part. And if you're that lazy, then like I said, just see blood over intent and duplicate what you see us doing. And there's a lot of power in that. We can take back this plane of existence if you want to. All right, the whale is associated with Saturn because of the wailing and moaning. And that's the sounds that they tell you that they got of Saturn. You can see over here the sine wave is on everything. Okay. It's rubbed in your face nonstop. It's literally on everything. I recommend you get to my channel for truth and catch up on reality. We're in this shit together, people, and we need to stick together for our survival.